Welcome to another edition of Reading Shakespeare with Cats. I'm Mr. Level, and here's Smalls. Today we're going to read Act 5, Scene 4, and Scene 5. Scene 4 is probably the shortest scene in the play, and Scene 5 has probably the most famous lines in the play. So, Act 5, Scene 4. Oh, Smalls, you're out of the picture. Scene 4 begins with drum and colors. Colors means the flags, of course. Enter Malcolm, Seward, Macduff, Seward's son, Menteith, Caithness, Angus, soldiers, all marching. So that means that our two groups have joined forces here. They must have met up. Remember those new guys from Scotland, Menteith, Caithness, and so forth. They met up finally with Malcolm and Seward in the English army. Malcolm says, "Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe." Menteith says, "We doubt it nothing. What wood is this before us?" "The wood of Burnham. Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery err in report of us." What did he say? Let every soldier hew him down a bough. A bough is a branch. And if you hew yourself down a bough, you cut yourself a branch from a tree. And he says to bear it before him. So every soldier is going to be holding a branch from Burnham Wood. And thereby we shall shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery err, or make a mistake, in report of us. Oh, so Malcolm's idea is they're not going to know how many people are coming when we are all holding branches. Ha! That's cool, but it's even extra cool because it means that Burnham Wood is about to come marching up the hill towards Macbeth's castle. "It shall be done. We learn no other, but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it. 'Tis his main hope." Really, Smalls? You couldn't even make it through the shortest scene? So Seward just said that the confident tyrant, Macbeth, is just going to sit inside Dunsinane Castle. He's not going to come out to the battlefield to fight. And Malcolm says, "'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too." In other words, he has no advantages left because there's people bailing on Macbeth left and right. And no one does serve with him but people whose hearts are absent too. Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership. The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war, and they exit marching. What Seward was just saying in a recap there is, there's a difference between what they say they have, like we're going to win, they're saying that, versus what they actually own, versus what they actually have. And the time is coming when they'll be able to tell the difference. And he says that speculation might make us hopeful, but certain issues strokes must arbitrate. Certain issues strokes, the strokes of battle, that's going to decide who wins or loses. So they exit marching, and we shift over to Act 5, Scene 5. Ollie, you're here just in time. Best part of the play. Enter Macbeth, Satan, and soldiers with drum and colors. "Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home." Okay, so here he is boasting about their chances in this battle, because what's going to happen to the other side? We're just going to close our gates and fortify our castle, and they're going to be stuck out there until famine, starvation, and the ague, which would be the plague, are going to eat them up. That's what's going to happen to their forces. And he says that if they were not forced with those that should be ours, if there weren't Scottish people helping them rather than helping us, then we could have gone out and fought them dareful, beard to beard, man to man. But, you know, we can't do that. A cry within of women. What is that noise? It is the cry of women, my good lord. Satan exits. I have almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fell of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir, as life were in it. I have supped full with horrors. Direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once start me. What did he just say? He's forgotten almost what it even feels like to be afraid. There was a time that hearing a shriek like that, hearing the cry of women, would have frightened him, would have scared him. And what would have happened, his hair would have stood up as if life were in it. But now he is supped full with horrors. He's seen too many horrible things, and direness is so familiar to his slaughterous thoughts. He's thought so much of bloodshed and horrible things that this can't scare him anymore. Enter Satan. Wherefore was that cry? The queen, my lord, is dead. So Lady Macbeth just died off stage. We didn't see how, we didn't see why, but we know that she is dead. And Macbeth takes this news by saying, she should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. It's Shakespeare's second most famous soliloquy. It comes up a lot. I would say his most famous soliloquy is probably Hamlet's To Be or Not to Be, but after that, this one, you're going to see reference to it all over. We'll talk about it later, and we'll talk a lot more about the soliloquy through our annotations and through our discussions. But for what you need to know for right now, it sounds like a downer, doesn't it? Yeah, Macbeth seems to suggest that there's no meaning in anything, okay, that life is pointless. That's a good gist for now. Enter a messenger. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly. Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it. Well, say, sir. As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move. Imagine how terrified you'd be to be the messenger who has to go to Macbeth and tell him that the woods are moving towards our hill. Yeah, Macbeth's going to not take that news very well. Liar and slave! Let me endure your wrath if it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove. If thou speakest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. Whoa, what's that? What does that mean? If you're speaking false, then the next tree I'm going to hang you alive until famine cling thee, until you die of starvation. That's what's going to happen to you. But if his speech be sooth, which means true, I care not if thou dost for me as much. You can do the same to me and I won't really care. Ooh. Well, and then he turns and he says, I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham wood do come to Dunsinane. And now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. So he's furious with whom? With the witches and how they equivocated. And now he begins to doubt them and what they said. He said they lied like truth. They suggested to him that he was invincible, but they told him the truth, that he should not fear until Burnham wood comes to Dunsinane. Arm, arm, and out, he's saying to everyone to get your arms, not just your arms, get your weapons ready. If this which he avouches does appear, there is nor flying hence nor tarrying here. If this really is happening, then there's no fleeing and there's no just sitting inside here. We're going to go fight. I begin to be aweary of the sun and wish the estate of the world were now undone. He's tired of what? Of the sun. If you're tired of the sun, it means you should live in Washington, or it means you're kind of tired of life. And he says that he wishes the estate of the world, so the whole world, was now undone. He'd love to just destroy everything. Oh, wow. Ring the alarm bell. Blow wind, come rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back. And they exit. That's Act 5, Scene 5. One more to go.